So when I was 13 years old, my parents took me on a cruise, thinking it would be fun. But cruises are not fun, they are depressing. Because they allow you to see both poverty and your father in shorts. Hi, Dad. And we go on this cruise, and when I went on this cruise, I was 13, and I was rather odd and strange. For instance, I, at the time, had a kind of a uniform. I owned enough Far Side t-shirts to wear a different one every day throughout the week, wash them, then begin anew on Monday. I also carried a briefcase, thinking that it made me seem more adult. And so as a result, I was loathed by most people. And spent a lot of time at home watching movies and memorizing them. So when we go on this cruise, there's an expectation that I will go out and have a good time, but my answer is no. I will just stay in and watch a movie with you guys. My parents, being penned up in a small room with me for 3 days, just for any reason, just to get away from me, suggest that I go to what was billed as a kids dance party / jam that was on the Alito deck, right? And so I would rather eat my own foot than go to something like that, but they make me go. So when I get there, I walk in, and true to form, a room full of 13-year-olds, the boys are lined up on one side of the room, the girls are lined up on the other side of the room, and there's that one couple that started sleeping together when they were 12 and were grinding in the middle, making everybody uncomfortable. And this kind of manic MC is like, running around trying to get everybody into it, but everybody's just kind of like, eh. So in order to get everybody going, what he does is he comes up with this idea that they will make 2 co-ed teams, and they will have movie trivia, right? So within 5 questions of movie trivia, it's pretty clear that I am the ringer for my team. And we are sweeping this other team. And I learned a very valuable lesson at 13, which is that nothing makes you friends quite as quickly as meaningless achievement. Because I skyrocket to a kind of celebrity that I had not known nor will ever. I am the coolest guy who's ever lived in the Caribbean Sea. Sure. Right? I am really popular. I mean, the guy actually lifted me up on his shoulders. We were really into this game, right? So now everybody's kind of loosened up. I'm incredibly popular. It goes right to my head, right? So I'm just, hey, how you doing, shaking everybody's hand, being really cool. And that's when I see her. We never knew her name. This plume of red hair and this milk-white skin and a slight spray of freckles across her perfect face. Just this absolutely beautiful woman comes slithering through the room, and she looks at me and takes me by my hand and leads me out onto the dance floor. Girls don't even look at me at this point in my life, and the prettiest girl on the boat picks me. And we go and we dance slowly, and we dance a little bit faster, which I can do because you just rock back and forth, it's pretty easy. And then we end up going out onto the outer deck, and we have a conversation, and she really seems to like me. But what she likes is the person she thinks I am, which is this cool guy who wins competitions. That's not me. I'm the Far Side geek, right? But she's outside and she really likes me, and she kisses me. My first kiss, the prettiest girl on the boat. She had a harem of slightly less attractive and angry-looking girls with her. Right? That's how you know it's the prettiest one. So, and they were all just, but I got it, right? So I glide back to the cabin, and I go to bed with images of the 2 of us being married at sea, because, ship's captains can do that. And we're gonna get married, we're gonna have a long and happy life together and little red-headed children, and it's gonna be great, right? So the next day, I go back, I'm excited to go 4 minutes, I'm excited to go back to this thing, I'm gonna go back to this nightclub, and I get there, and I'm kind of arrogant about it. I'm kind of like, yeah, what's up? And everybody comes up to me, and they're like, yo, you gotta dance with Mr. Happy, right? Because she'd been wearing a baby doll tee with, remember like those books from the little, when you were kids, like Mr. Happy, Mr. Tickle, Mr. Toaster Oven, remember those? Yeah. She had a little Mr. Happy baby doll tee, never knew her name, called her Mr. Happy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna dance with Mr. Happy, you kidding? We're gonna get married, right? And like 10 minutes go by, nah. 15, no. 20, and I see the hair. And she is dancing with another boy. A tall boy who is 17 looking, with a protuberant Adam's apple and a chin-strap beard, and a hat turned preciously to a 45-degree angle. And I look at her and I think, how could you do this to me? I was cool. Everybody knew it, and now you're dancing with somebody else. And so I angrily boogie my way across the floor. And I know I have to win her back. I'm like, oh, what are we gonna do? I look at them and I see her dancing with this boy. She doesn't even notice that I'm there. And so I make the really strange decision that the way to win her back, the way to prove my love for this woman is to outdo the man. And outdo the man in the only arena that is available to me, which is unfortunately dancing. And so I challenge him to a dance-off. I say, you call that dancing? And he ignores me, right? He's just still kind of like... And I say it again, a little bit louder. You call that dancing? I said. And he says, what do you know about it? And I go, oh shit. And I say, I know I can do it better than you. And he goes, why don't you show me? And I go, fine! Have you ever heard Crystal Waters' Back to the Middle and Around Again? I'm going to be the, yep, we all lived through the 90s, you're going to be singing that to yourself on the way home, right? That's what I dance to. And the unfortunate thing is that I didn't know at 13 that when you dance to the beat. Instead, I danced to the lyrics. And quite literally danced, like back to the middle, and around again. And then, in order to represent 100%, I splashed my hands up, 10 fingers on each hand, and so there were on each hand, 10 fingers all together, so in multiples of 10, that counts as 100%, sure. This sad, pathetic, interpretive dance, eyes shut tight with Zen-like Jedi focus, and I'm dancing my heart out, and she can see through the poetry of my limber movement that I am clearly the man she should leave with. And I'm dancing and dancing, and I open my eyes, and I look, and nobody's dancing. They're all staring at me agog, their mouths open. And she looks at me with a kind of hate that you reserve only for things that you pity. And I just silently leave the room and go back to the cabin. And I put on a Far Side t-shirt. And I turn on a movie. And I go